Hello, Lazzy here. Today we are checking out 5 no lag shaders for Minecraft Pocket Edition. So if you are enjoying today's video, make sure you smash that like button really good. If you are new, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. So yeah, I've tested these shaders out on my older iPad Air 1, which is like 1GB RAM. So these shaders should not lag, hopefully, on your device. But anyway, before I get into checking out these shaders, I want to show you this. Okay, how sick is that? You can get God rays in Minecraft Pocket Edition. Look at those sun rays coming from the sun there in the distance, and it just looks absolutely crazy. PC shaders are definitely coming to Pocket Edition very soon. Like, look how cool that is. If you're on Android, your sun won't look this big, but it's because I'm on iOS, so if you're on Android, you're good to go. To get the God rays in Minecraft Pocket Edition, you need to download Skylight, the updated version of this shader, and you need to change a few things in the code to activate it. So I'll get out of this quickly, open up iZip because that's where I have the shader file. So as you can see, I do have the Skylight file right here, the updated version, and you want to unzip it, go into the file, not textures, you want to go into shaders, and then you want to go into GLSL, and then scroll down till you see render chunk fragment. So you want to go open as text file, and then you want to just open it into an application where you can actually edit it. So you want to go, I'll go documents because I have documents, but if you're on Android, you can probably get an easier application. If you're on iOS, just keep in mind that bug thing. So yeah, once you have the files open, so as you can see, all this luscious code, you want to scroll down till you see the sunray test right here. And then you want to just get rid of those 2 dots right there. So get rid of those 2 dots next to the, like underneath the God rays testing here. You just want to get rid of those 2 dots. As you can see, we do have that render chunk fragment, and then you just want to put it back into here. So I'm going to have to delete this to put it back in there. So you want to put the render fragment back into the folder there so it has the updated code of it. So once you have moved it back into there, you just want to make it a zip file again. And then rename it to a MC pack. Then open it into Minecraft and you are done. But anyway, let's move on to some no lag shaders. So the first shader we are checking out is Potato Shader. Ooh, so all the download links, all the creator links in the description below if you do want to check them out. And I also will have the cinematics at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Also, I won't be going through nighttime and whatnot, just to try to make this video a bit quicker. But anyway, loading into it, as you can see, it doesn't do much with the clouds. It keeps the default clouds, but it does have a nice sun, as you can see there. Ooh, very nice. So you may think these wavy effects aren't too smooth, but that's because I'm on my iPad. It'll work fine on your device, trust me. But anyway, I had it set up before and now I don't know where I am. Okay, so here we go. So the cool thing about this one, as you can see, oh, look at that reflection on the water. So as you can see, it keeps the default water. It's not wavy or anything, but it does add a reflection on top of it, which is pretty sick. So as you can see there, it has a nice reflection on top of the water, which is pretty cool. Also, another thing with the reflection, well, actually, we'll quickly show that it actually does have like a 3D texture pack look to it as well, which I think is pretty cool. So as you can see, it does have that texture pack on. But another cool thing with this shader, so as you can see, we've got some glass over here. Oh, it's gone bright. What's going on here? So as you can see, it does have a reflection on the glass with the sun. So as you can see, it's like a normal glass. Then I move back. Boom, it's got the reflection on top of it. That is a very cool feature. I think that looks amazing. So the shader's got the wavy effect. It has a nice sun, some pretty cool sun reflections on the glass and on the water. So if you do want to download this one, links in the description below, as I said. Anyway, moving on to the next one. As I said, cinematics at the end of the video. But yeah, let's move on to the next shader. So the next shader we are checking out is Flj Sx3. So this one got updated and yeah, so let's check it out. So as you can see, loading into this shader, the main thing this shader does is the sky. So as you can see, look at that bright sun. That looks absolutely crazy, amazing. And the clouds do look very realistic as well. I really like this shader because it does have those really beautiful skies. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much with the water. I don't think it does anything to the water. It just gives it a clear look. So the water has a clear, invisible look to it, which is pretty cool, I guess. It does have the shadows as well. And it also does have a very smooth wave. Like, look how smooth that wave is. That looks absolutely amazing. Really do love the wave in this shader. I forgot to show, but the last shader actually did have a wavy effect underneath the water, so I forgot to show that off. But anyway, as you can see, this shader has some very beautiful skies. Like, look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Love that bright sun. It's just so bright and amazing. So the next shader we are using is ABC shader, and I've got no idea what that says. And honestly, I'm not sure where this shader comes from. Like, I've got no idea. I'm not sure if this is the latest version of this shader or not, but we're just going to chuck it in, throw it in the deep end, and just add it to this shader list right here. So it's a pretty cool shader. It doesn't do much with the sky. As you can see, it does have a nice bright sun, which is pretty cool. It does have some pretty nice waves with it as well. It does have the shadows, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't think it does anything with the water. Yeah, gonna say it does nothing with the water. So yeah, this shader pretty much just has the wavy effects. It has a nice bright sun. Ooh. It's still a pretty decent shader, but anyway, let's move on to the next one. This one didn't have too many features, so we didn't have to cover too much. Ooh. So the next shader we are checking out is Skylight Shaders version 2.5. So I think this shader is a slightly older shader, but it still works in 1.14. So we're just chucking it on the list. And to my surprise, I tested it on my original iPad Air 1. I really didn't notice any lag, and it was very surprising to me. So that's pretty cool. So this one does have the wavy effects. It has some pretty nice skies and some gorgeous looking sun there. Ooh. Beautiful skies, nice sun there. And if I go to the water's the best part of this shader. Like, look how sick that water is. I really love that water wavy effect on it. Like that reflection on top of the water, that sun reflection, that wavy effect. It just looks so realistic, and I just really love it. Very, very gorgeous looking water there. And if I go under the water as well, yeah, you can see the waviness on top of the water. And yeah, as I said, this is a older shader which still works in 1.14, which is really good. I think I did cover a video on this a little while ago, but that was a little while ago now, I think, if I remember. Ooh. Anyway, let's move on to the next shader. Ooh. So the next shader we are checking out is Gedhang shader. So this is a combination of a modern HD texture pack and FRPS shader. So let's get into it. And if I have counted correctly, I think this is the last shader out of the 5. I want to say it is. I stopped counting. Oh no. So loading into this shader, you can see straight away, it does have a nice sun. I like that sun. Looks pretty cool. It does have that moving cloud effect as well. It also does have that nice texture. So this texture pack is pretty decent. Yeah, and of course it starts to rain. I want to say it does nothing to the water, but honestly, this texture pack's pretty sick. I'm not sure what kind of texture pack this is, but I reckon it looks pretty good. I want to say the texture packs change a majority of the blocks and items, so that's pretty cool. It is a nice, realistic looking texture pack, and it does have some nice shadows, and you saw it briefly before, but it does have that wavy effect, which is always nice in a shader. But that is pretty much it for this video. If you want to stick around for some cinematics, stay tuned. If not, then enjoy the rest of your day. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and peace.